Hello again. We are on to episode 3, and today we are talking about the big picture. If you are a founder or a CEO, you aren't just building for today. You are building an asset. You are building something that you want to be worth 10 times more in 3 years than it is today. To do that, you need a solid design. You need an architecture. In this lesson, we are going to talk about why human software engineers are the only ones who can truly design the architecture of trust. Imagine you wanted to build a skyscraper. You have a lot of fast machines. You have cranes that can lift tons of steel and robots that can lay bricks perfectly. But before any of those machines start moving, you need a blueprint. You need an architect who understands wind loads, soil density, and how people will move through the building. AI is like the cranes and the robots. It is amazing at the construction, but it is terrible at the architecture. When you ask an AI to build a system, it builds it piece by piece. It doesn't see the whole building. It doesn't understand how the kitchen in the basement will affect the air conditioning on the 50th floor. This is a major problem for tech leadership. If you let AI build your software without a human blueprint, you end up with a spaghetti architecture. It's a mess of pieces that work on their own, but don't fit together as a whole. It becomes impossible to update, impossible to secure, and impossible to scale. Human software engineers are the architects. They are the ones who sit down with you, the founder, and listen to your vision. They understand that today you are selling to 5 customers, but next year you want to sell to 5,000. They design the system so that it can grow without having to be rebuilt from scratch. They choose the right materials, the programming languages and databases that will stay strong for years to come. This is where the trust comes in. Your customers trust you with their data, their time, and their money. If your software architecture is weak, that trust can be broken in an instant. A single crash or a data leak can end a startup. As a CEO, you have to realize that AI doesn't care about your reputation. It doesn't feel the weight of the responsibility you carry. Your human team does. They are the ones who stay awake at night, making sure the foundation is deep and the walls are strong. So, what should you do as a leader? You should give your engineers the space to be architects. Don't push them to start coding the second a project begins. Let them spend time on the design. Let them use AI to prototype different ideas, but make sure the final blueprint is drawn by a human hand. When you see a project moving slowly in the beginning, don't panic. That is the sound of a solid foundation being laid. We also need to talk about scalability. AI is great at building the minimum viable product, or the MVP. But once that MVP hits the real world, it needs to scale. Human engineers know how to design for millions of requests. They know how to optimize the digital thread so that the system doesn't slow down as it gets bigger. This is a strategic decision that a machine simply cannot make. In our next lesson, we are going to become detectives. We are going to look at how humans find the invisible bugs that AI leaves behind. It's called the debugging mindset. And it's the secret to keeping your software running smoothly 24/7. Stick around, because this is where we really see the human mind shine. Building trust takes time, but it is the most valuable thing you own. Make sure you like this video and follow us so you can keep learning how to protect that trust. If you want a technical partner who understands the importance of architecture, visit us at www.consultwithkrishna.com. Let's build a future you can rely on.